Rapper TK. All right. So we got multiple different subjects that we're going to cycle through. We have to address this TK situation first. I want to talk about Letitia James. She's under fire for mortgage fraud. Yes. Letitia James in New York, the same person that went after Trump. She's under fire for mortgage fraud. We definitely want to get to Harvard possibly losing their tax-exempt status after already losing over $2.9 billion in federal funding because they want to stand on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Biden popped back out, so we definitely want to talk about Biden. China is saying that they open the talks now as long as they're respected. And Maine is being sued over transgender athletes because they refuse to prevent them from being able to get into women's sports. So we definitely going to talk about all of the different things that's happening within the culture. But first, we need to talk about TK, because if this is not the biggest cautionary tale, then I don't know what is. This whole case, this whole situation, this whole sentencing needs to be played in schools, especially within Black culture in the community across the globe. It needs to be studied. It needs to be played. And for all of these dudes that's glorifying this lifestyle, this YN lifestyle, listen, bro, we still got 30 and 40-year-old men that are still trying to glorify a lifestyle that is not conducive to the community or to the United States of America. I'm going to read that super chat shortly. But let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So this is what's happening on the forefront. First, we're going to go where the judge read the verdict, and then we're going to get into the sentencing, because it's very important for us to break this down in order so that you guys can understand exactly what's going on.
All right, we are on the record in 2019 CR 12495 State versus Tamar McIntyre. Could I have parties announced for the record, please?
Jason, go ahead and Megan Galloway for the state, Your Honor.
John Hunter Thomas Lane for Mr. McIntyre, Your Honor.
All right, it's the court's understanding from the deputy that a verdict has been reached in this case. This is what I'm going to tell all the parties who are present in this courtroom. There's not to be any outbursts. If there's an outburst, what's going to end up happening is a deputy is going to tap you on the shoulder. There's no need to get into a conversation with the deputy. That tap on the shoulder is meaning that you are to leave this courtroom, and you will only be allowed back in this courtroom if you're going to be a witness. Does everyone?
So you already know you're in trouble immediately before you even start to have a conversation. You got to know that you're in trouble when she's saying and leading with saying that, hey, listen, we're not going to have no outbursts. We're not going to have nobody that's getting out of line. We're not going to have anybody that's being extra dramatic. That tells me that is bad news on the way immediately. If the judge is prefacing reading whether or not you are guilty or innocent by saying that we are not going to have any outbursts, no celebrations, no sad times, no, oh man, I'm feeling some type of way or anything like that. If the judge is leading with that, then that for me automatically got my heart dropping. My heart is in my chest. I don't feel like I'm ever coming home. It's going to be a problem right there.
Everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone who cannot do that? So, both parties for the state and the defense, if you need to talk to members who are currently in court that are either with the state or defense, you may do so now. Otherwise, I'm going to bring the jury in.
I think everyone knows to be on their best behavior, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right, for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's my understanding that you've reached a verdict in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that verdict unanimous?
Yes.
All right, if you will give the verdict form to Deputy Laura, please. Thank you. All right, if the defendant could please stand. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder. What did I, excuse me, no. No, out of the courtroom. Out of the courtroom now.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you don't ignore that. Sometimes, as you can tell, people are invested, correct? So it says, we the jury find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, not guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in the indictment. We the jury find the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, guilty of the lesser included offense of murder. Does anyone wish to have the jury polled?
Not the state, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and do you want them polled as to both counts?
As to the count of conviction, Your Honor.
All right, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you if, in count 2, the guilty verdict for murder, if that is your verdict. If that is your verdict, I'm going to need you to respond yes. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So we'll start on this end and work our way down. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 Is this your verdict?
They're alternates.
Oh, yes. All right. Back row.
Yes, sorry.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 All right.
That, honestly, I would have just threw up. Dog, you might as well just kill me. There, in my opinion, without freedom, there is no life. Like if I gotta go away or I gotta go and sit with a bunch of men, I don't even like hanging out with only men in regular life. Like it has to be some ending with a woman. It has to be a woman somewhere. Like I know that we in a gender war. I know that everybody is beefing. I know that everybody, decentering men and men is mad at women and it's going to continue to overflow into the things that we deal with on a regular basis. But I'm just going to tell you, honest to God, in my heart, if you have never had an appreciation for the opposite sex, you have to have it right here. I know, look, dog, real talk. We talk a lot of stuff on a regular basis, but the reality is that we need each other. I'm not even me unless I can get my fix off by being around some feminine energy because that keeps the rage from going crazy. That's why everybody is so overly aggressive because everybody got this pent up anger and demand. And look how small and young he is. Look how small and young he is. That's somebody's boyfriend. That is going to be somebody's boyfriend at some point. Don't tell me he's not about to be somebody. You don't think? Okay. All right. Well, let's move over to the next clip because I'm going to tell you what a loss of hope looks like.
All right. It states that we unanimously find that the defendant, Tamar McIntyre, did not cause the death of Anthony Saldivar under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising.
Somebody in the chat, Deshaun in the chat says he'll do 30 and then get out for good behavior. 30 is life. I'm 43 years old. 30, if I do 30, first of all, I don't even think that you can get that amount of time shaved off. You can't get 50 years shaved off a 80-year sentence. I don't know what kind of math y'all got going on. I don't know what homie you know that then snitched on somebody. But you can't get 50 years removed from an 80-year sentence. And let's get into the sentencing first.
From adequate cause. It states that punishment to be assessed at 80 years in the prison. And there's no fine. Does anyone wish to have the jury poll?
Not going to say that.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, dog. No. I reject that. Listen, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Listen, did we pray today? Lord, rebuke large sentences for doing things that we're not supposed to do. Bless us to be proactive bless our young dudes to focus. Because look, you can't sit here and blame this on the system. You can't go by and say, oh man, it's because of systematic oppression. He rapped about it in his music. He went out there and he lived in his raps. And then he went and took somebody else's life. That is another part of the black community. And so the biggest threat against black people is black people. You be hard pressed to be worried about going somewhere and worried about a white person doing something to you. I know that it's popular. I know that we've been talking about Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony and everybody be getting bent out of shape. But we distracted from the things that's really killing our communities. When you think about Chicago, when you think about drill music, when you think about the fact that they're down over 2,000 police officers from, being able to serve the community, when you think about all of the protests when they were saying defund the police and stuff, when you think about people losing their lives on a regular basis and what the reality is, because you don't just lose your life as far as the person that got killed or the person that he's shooting at, the person that gets caught also lose their life. And we got to fund it as taxpayers. That ain't nothing to glorify. I remember seeing here on TikTok a whole bunch of people. I remember prison talk used to be a thing. Is prison talk still a thing on TikTok? Is prison talk a thing on TikTok? Where they used to have phones and they used to be doing relay races and showing you, oh man, prison ain't that bad. No, it's bad, dog. I don't care what the rappers tell you. I don't care how they tell you that you lame. I don't care who trying to convince you that you ain't a real one unless you did some time and you need a felony on your record. It ain't nothing glorified about it. Ain't nothing cool about it. For all of y'all dudes that they keep saying, yeah, man, I just got out of prison. I remember it was dudes that was trying to hold me accountable because I didn't understand prison talk. Anton, you let a person that you was interviewing amongst your security petition you, dog. I would have crashed out. Man, I'm not crashing out for nobody. I'm not ever going to jail. Two things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to lose no money over you. I'm not going to go to jail over you. And then we could put an asterisk. I'm never, ever, ever going to put a woman before my bag. That's just life. That's law for me. That's the way that I was raised in my family in Detroit. I'm not crashing out and I'm not going to jail for nobody. I don't want to be around nobody that's doing crime. I don't want to be friends with nobody that's doing crime. I don't want nobody to come around me that did crime in their previous years that still got stuff that they wasn't arrested for, that the statute of limitations is not. I don't even want nobody looking at me funny. I don't want to be nowhere around you. I want to be where the money at. I want to be where the women at. And I want to be where the freedom is at. You can have that. You can have your 80 years. You tough. You with the Anton, I can't believe that you, man, I don't know what they do in prison. I ain't never been to jail. Why would I ever want to be familiar or unfamiliar with what y'all doing on the other side of where you can't do nothing except for squat, piss, and then you controlled by whoever it is biggest and strongest inside of your cell? What you talking about? I don't want to be around y'all. I don't want to know the lingo. I don't want to know the culture. I don't even watch Locked Up on MSNBC. I believe that was an indoctrination documentary or series that was trying to convince people that it wasn't as bad because you had people on that whole series going, They got R. Kelly singing on the phone. Don't nobody care about Puff no more. You just get forgotten. Life moves on. They find a new content creator. They find a new record executive. They find a new person that's doing Diddy parties. They find a new everything. Don't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody check for Diddy. He probably got a head full of gray hair, look just like Bill Cosby right now. If this not a reality check, I don't know what is. He's sitting there stoic. I guess he's still keeping it real, dog. You going away forever. We never going to see you again. We never going to check your music again. You're never going to get a royalty. You're never going to be able to see a girlfriend. You're never going to get married. You're never going to have kids. You're never going to be able to experience life. You can't go to the Grand Canyon. You can't go and visit Tokyo. You can't go overseas and get your passport. You can't go and be free and then go and do whatever you want to do. You're never going to go to Coachella. You can't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Go to jail and shut up. That's it. That's the end of your term. You lived your small amount of life just to impress people that didn't care nothing about you. And look where it got you. And we still promoting this trash culture and this trash behavior amongst our people. Shout out to Vincent Holder. I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
All right.
Crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm first going to start with your unanimous decision.
Shout out to the people on
There
TikTok.
was no fighting of sudden passion. If that is your verdict, I'll need you to respond yes. Does everyone understand? Yes. We'll start on the end. Is this your verdict? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Off.
I'm on the back row. I'm sorry. Is this your verdict on the back row? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? With regards to the sentence of 80 years in the prison and no fine, if this is your verdict, I need you to answer yes. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 Verdict.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have you go back to the jury room, and I'll meet you back there shortly. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
And he just stood up like no big deal. Got his sweater on. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. Honestly, I just can't do it. I'm not built for that. I've never been built for jail. I've never wanted to impress other people so much so that I'm willing to put my life on the line for it. I'm not built for it. I hope that I hope that somebody sees this and that this is meaningful and this is a reality check for people. And y'all realize that it ain't nothing out here waiting for you except death or jail or somebody inside of a cell like Fleece Johnson that's going to take advantage of your femininity. He going to take your virginity. That is supposed to be a reality check. Everybody should be scared. I know I would be scared. There's very few things that I'm scared of in this lifetime, but I'm definitely scared of getting sentenced to anything, and that's why you always going to see me on my best behavior.